Pablo Escobar remains publicly as the wealthiest drug lord in history, with a net worth of over $30 billion at the height of his power. Dubbed the King of Cocaine, his life is riddled with controversy, crime, and money. From a young age, he began a life of crime. While still a teenager, his early illegal activities included selling fake diplomas, smuggling stereo equipment, and stealing tombstones to resell. Escobar also stole cars, and it was this offense that resulted in his first arrest in 1974. The cocaine industry grew in Colombia, thanks in part to its proximity to Peru, Ecuador, and Bolivia, major growers of coca from which cocaine is derived. That's when Escobar became involved in drug smuggling. In the mid-1970s, he helped found the crime organization that later became known as the Medellin cartel. His notable partners included the Ochoa brothers, Juan David, Jorge Luis, and Fabio. Escobar served as the head of the organization, which focused largely on the production, transport, and sale of cocaine. The drug trade business success was dependent on many skills. Escobar pioneered a system of cooperation between the elements that made up the early trafficking scene in Colombia. By the mid-1980s, the Medellin cartel dominated the cocaine trade. It was responsible for 80% of the global cocaine market. Escobar wielded incredible power and wealth, which supported a lavish lifestyle that included a 7,000-acre estate called Hacienda Nápoles in Colombia. It reportedly cost $63 million and featured a soccer field, dinosaur statues, artificial lakes, a bullfighting arena, an airstrip, and a tennis court. The property also had a zoo that housed giraffes, hippopotamuses, and camels, among other animals. In addition, Escobar funded various projects to aid the poor, earning him comparisons to Robin Hood, building schools and sports fields, donating vast sums to charity, and constructing housing developments for the poor. That perception helped him win an election to an alternate seat in Congress in 1982. However, such philanthropic works were offset by Escobar's well-known ruthlessness. He handled problems with plata o plomo, meaning bribes or bullets. In addition to rival drug traffickers, notably in the Cali cartel, his victims included government officials, policemen, and civilians. By this time, the threats of extradition to the United States, which was the destination of most of the cartel's drugs, drew even greater retaliation from Escobar, who reportedly said that he would rather have a grave in Colombia than a jail cell in the US. The irony was that cash from the United States was pouring into Pablo Escobar's hands every day. It is estimated that Pablo Escobar received over $50 million in cash each day through his drug sales. It was so much cash that he spent $2,500 a month just on rubber bands to stash it all. According to Roberto Escobar, the cartel's chief accountant and the kingpin's brother, Pablo Escobar's immense wealth became problematic when he couldn't launder his cash quickly enough. He resorted to stashing piles of cash in Colombian farming fields, dilapidated warehouses, and in the walls of cartel members' homes. He was so rich that he once offered to pay Colombia's entire sovereign debt in exchange for a pact with justice. But amid the growing bloodshed, a massive manhunt was undertaken to find Escobar. In June 1991, on the same day that the Colombian Congress voted to forbid extradition in the country's new constitution, Escobar surrendered and was subsequently jailed. His imprisonment, however, had little effect on his criminal activities and his lifestyle. He was allowed to build his own luxurious prison, which became known as La Catedral. Not only did the facility include a nightclub, sauna, waterfall, and soccer field, it also had telephones, computers, and fax machines. The Colombian government then decided it had to move Escobar to a standard prison, an order Escobar refused. He escaped his own prison in July 1992. The Colombian government, reportedly aided by US officials and rival drug traffickers, launched a manhunt. On December 2, 1993, Escobar celebrated his 44th birthday, allegedly enjoying cake, wine, and marijuana. The next day, his hideout in Medellin was discovered. While Colombian forces stormed the building, Escobar and a bodyguard managed to get to the roof. A chase and gunfight ensued, and Escobar was fatally shot.